we join you from South Florida. Today, action from the ACC, Duke and Miami. Let's check out the starting lineup for these two teams. The Blue Devils going with Jones, Kennard, Tatum, Jefferson, and Giles starting for the injured Grayson Allen out with a left ankle injury. Miami, Brown, Reed, Lawrence, Murphy, and Izundu. Grayson Allen came to the arena today hoping to play, but that left ankle injury has been just too much trouble for him, so taking the day off. Miami, meanwhile, gets back Jaquan Newton after a 3-game suspension. Ian Eagle, Bill Raftery, Grant Hill, and the rest of our CBS crew. Miami controls the tip.
And Grant Hill, Ian Eagle. Right now, the Dukies go.
Miami riding a 3-game winning streak. Victories over Georgia Tech, Clemson, and a big one against Virginia in overtime on Monday night.
Bert, a lot of ball screens, a little fancy drive here. How about this
Brown
kick?
switching hands to get Miami on the board first.
And Duke likes to switch on defense, and Brown so good at getting to the basket, taking advantage of that mismatch.
A little 2-3 zone now. And of course, they played Syracuse, similar defense, and reacted pretty well, other than that late thrust by Gillen.
A gut-wrenching loss at the buzzer the other night at the Carrier Dome. Jefferson lost the ball. Brown on the push for the Hurricanes. Right down the middle, Brown drives to the hoop. Off the window and in! Bruce Brown establishing himself early.
Big-time talent. Great handle. That dexterity to blow by people.
The freshman from Boston, Massachusetts, has given Miami a 4-0 lead. Giles on a kick. Jump shot. Oh, a wedgie early.
A net ball in my neighborhood.
Jason Tatum.
And definitely right there, inside out, Tatum, who's been on fire from long range, as Ian said, had a little wedgie. Hope he's okay now.
He's okay.
Goes the jump ball, goes possession arrow goes in favor, and this kid's having some year. Kennard
in and out. Ball knocked around, and last touch by Kennard. Jaquan Newton in uniform, but coming off the bench. Newton, 3-game suspension for violating team rules. The team went 3-0 in his absence.
Now they have a lot of guys who can handle the ball, which makes them a tough out. Reed, one of them, Lawrence, another. And of course, we've seen what Brown can do.
Lawrence matched up with Tatum out front. On senior day, it's Davon Reed, a 3-year captain for the Hurricanes. Shot clock is down to 4. Back at another senior, Murphy on a turnaround, short. Good defense there by Jefferson, and a shot clock violation.
Yeah, the two wily vets play one another there.
Without a doubt, and of course, Larranaga not too happy with that possession. Want to make sure you get a good shot, but as you said, Jefferson, the 5th-year senior, great contest without fouling on Murphy.
Half-court set here for Duke. Jefferson clears it for Jones. Kennard, ACC Player of the Year candidate. The floater, Luke Kennard.
And that's what you have to do against the zone. You can't settle all the time. You have to attack. Kennard, great at putting the ball on the floor, getting to the basket.
And Duke likes to sort of make you use a little bit of clock with that passive zone.
Kennard now 11 points away from 1,000 in his career, just a sophomore. Murphy defended by Giles, the freshman. Ball was tipped, so Brown is able to go back and get it with 7 to shoot.
Screen. Slip.
Brown, jumper, boom! It's a 3.
You've got to be able to handle the ball screen, and they run them each and every trip, maybe the top in the country.
Bruce Brown 7, Duke 2. Jefferson outside Jones, in and out, knocked up in the air. Oh, it's Giles on the interior. 1 against 4. Giles the offensive board in the putback.
And against the zone, it's hard to box out. Giles and Jefferson, expect them to be on the glass a lot tonight, particularly on the offensive end.
7-4 Miami.
And Bert, excuse me, they're going to move the big guys out in ball screen, so Giles and Jefferson have to do an excellent job showing and covering.
Miami enters action just 1 game behind Duke in the ACC standings. Reed on a kick. Lawrence puts it on the deck. 7 to shoot. Taken away by Kennard. Now it's a race to the rim. Kennard makes his move. Oh, he slips. And a travel.
He is so good at the rim, too. Great footwork, just an unfortunate slippage. And Mike wants him to wipe the floor, I think. Everybody listens to Mike. And no one. Where's the janitor when he needs him?
Well, without a doubt, Miami, they have to value the basketball. In that earlier game, too many turnovers. 31 points off of turnovers for Duke. Miami, take care of the basketball here today.
First meeting, 70-58 Duke, but Miami had an 11-point lead at halftime. Tatum led the way with 14 points. Krzyzewski missed that game. He was recovering from back surgery. Roll to the rim. Izindu can't finish.
Pretty good with that left hand of his.
Tatum handles it. Kennard, the drive. Kennard hangs. Missed it on the inside. A battle. Giles trying to stick with the play. And a tie-up.
You love the competition at the rim.
And Jefferson getting into it. Miami up 3. We get our first break. Skull Island, in theaters everywhere, March 10th. And by Coca-Cola. Taste the feeling. Watsco Center is sold out here in Coral Gables. Let's check out our AT&T Fast Analysis rep.
Well, and we talked about the ball screen. You can just see Murphy drifting. You got to catch him in rotation. This defense steps up. They really find people. Thus far, I think Duke's handled it pretty good, although the blow by Brown has been extraordinary.
Yeah, Duke does a pretty good job defending screen and roll defense. They had trouble in Syracuse with Dillon, keeping him in front, straight line drives. You have to guard your man, but a high volume screen roll team, Miami, that's what they do.
78-75 loss at Syracuse on Wednesday night. Duke shot just 39% in that game. They allowed Syracuse to shoot 53% from the field.
Tough matchup, I think. Tatum and Brown, if they can get it over the other side.
Open look, Lawrence. Side of the rim. And it's rebounded by Jefferson, who comes in averaging just under 9 boards per game. Jones has been struggling with his shot, but he provides so many other things for this Duke squad.
And Bolden on the floor, great looking prospect as well. Strong, tough, ducks in. And as Grant mentioned, the ability to offensive rebound against the zone.
Blue Devils open up 2 of 7 from the field. Jones with 5 to shoot, needs some help. Jefferson
Nice
ball
pump.
fake. Jefferson lays it in, veteran play.
He can play for another 20 years. He's so wily and intelligent. Nice pump and a bite.
Emil Jefferson, a captain on this Duke team, has cut the Miami lead to 1. Brown has done all the scoring for the Hurricanes, nearly a travel out front.
And Davon Reed, who struggled the last few games, needs to get going here for Miami. He has to play well to have a chance here against these Blue Devils.
He shot 2 of 10 against Virginia and held to 9 points the other night.
And a lot of that, he was guarding London Parentes. Did a great job, but obviously not effective on the offensive end.
Jones denies Reed on the perimeter.
A great job on defense, that trip. Not a good pass.
And a leak out. It's Reed getting the easy one on a rack attack.
Well, you're supposed to keep your eye on the basketball, no question, but what is Jefferson going to do with it that far from the basket? Bad choice.
Already a couple of buckets in transition for Miami. They've got a 9-6 lead. Traveling is the call on Jefferson.
Just right here, all of a sudden you're not paying attention, you're not expecting to pass. Tatum, they're not the best of decisions, but the finish, as you said, a little send it in. Number 5 in the program, not Reed in your heart.
And Duke, obviously, Grayson Allen has been the primary ball handler. And he not being out there, you wonder if some of these turnovers, not comfortable in these positions. 4 thus far for the Blue Devils, uncharacteristic.
And they've limited their turnovers since Coach Krzyzewski has come back from back surgery, averaging 9 per game. Frank Jackson is in for Duke. High archer, Newton now in for Miami. Missed it. Ball knocked around. Jackson's got it. Jackson looking for an angle.
He's in there to run the show, just as Grant alluded to. Don't give this guy looks.
Rims out on a 3-ball. Knocked out of bounds, last touched by Miami. Let's check out the ACC standings. North Carolina has clinched at least a share of the regular season title, but look how things are logjam between Florida State all the way down. Kennard, baseline jumper, no good.
Don't give him too many looks either. Nice little screen, set him free in the corner. That is a murderer's row, by the way, that ACC. Goodness, every night. Painful.
Changes here. Marquise Bolden is in for Duke, and DJ Vasiljevic in for Miami.
And Vasiljevic, wow, he can shoot the basketball. You have to guard him, stay with him. Quick trigger, Vasiljevic from downtown.
Reed had it knocked away by Jones out on the perimeter, 9 to shoot.
Now I know you're younger than me. Andrew Gaze ring a bell at all?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
See it all.
Australia, his
Yes.
dad was a Hall of Famer as well, but they have some great basketball players, and you're right. This kid's gotten better, timing, the speed of the game. He's caught up with it, and he's using the dribble a lot more.
Seton Hall nearly won a championship with Gaze, coming up just short against Michigan. Reed, ball handling wizardry, but it's off the mark.
Of course, Raph, talk about a Seton Hall.
He had to get it in.
He had to get it in.
A little open look by Jackson.
And he drains it. It's a triple for the freshman Frank Jackson.
And Jones, one of those guys, knows how to play, gave it up nice and early.
We are knotted up at 9 apiece. Newton handles it for Miami. Newton scored 15 points in the first meeting against Duke.
A split.
Kick, Vasiljevic. Off the mark, slam down on the follow. Kamari Murphy with the big finish.
When you have touch, you've got the ability to offensive rebound. Soft delivery on the jumper. Terrific finish.
Tatum thought about it. Reed extends out defensively on him. 2-point lead for Miami.
Get in the cracks or get to the foul line. Good penetration.
Jackson looking for a crevice. Kick out. Tatum, no. Uncontested rebound to Reed. Up the floor to Newton. Just under 12 minutes to play in this first half. Duke is 4 of 12 from the field. They show on the screen. Newton puts it upstairs. A high pass. And it was dropped by Huell out of bounds.
He's athletic, he's long, he's playing with toughness here on senior night. A little Murphy's Law action in Miami.
Vision of what we can become.
Well, for Coach K, who turned 70 earlier this month, that fire still burns.
That fire is definitely still there, and he talked about relationships. Coach K is even on social media now. He's on social media.
Snapchat?
I don't know which one. He won't tell me what, but he uses it to get to know his players and the players he's recruiting. So his ability to develop those and nurture those relationships has played a big part in his consistency.
And certainly in your life as well, right?
Well, I'm not on Snapchat.
Giles misses on the baby hug. We got to get Grant a Snapchat account, and Raph, for that matter.
Well, I'll borrow yours on occasion, I think, Berg. It's a lot easier. Now, the interesting thing about Mike is how he's adjusted over the years, I think, you know, from his philosophy in coaching to his relationships. And I think the Olympic time really has helped him, too.
Newton using the window, and a blocking foul is called. Newton is going to the free throw line at the 11:03 mark of this first half. Mike Krzyzewski, since his return from back surgery, the team's gone 5-1. 9 turnovers per game, the three-point shooting just under 42%, second in the ACC over that span. They are 4th in the ACC overall this season at 38% from three-point territory.
And what's amazing about them, I think, is free throw shooting, too. Their ability to get to the line and make shots is historic in their favor.
They're shooting 76% as a team at the line. That's 3rd in the ACC. Newton, little rust, just missed on a pair of free throws. Or made 1 out of 2 to extend the Miami lead to 3.
And straight up man, little dribble handoff, isolation.
Kennard, the cut to the rim, and the deuce.
And Luke Kennard, we know he can shoot the ball from the perimeter, but he is a basketball player, putting the ball on the floor, getting to the basket, making shots from all angles.
Kennard, along with Justin Jackson of North Carolina and Donovan Mitchell of Louisville, the leading candidates for ACC Player of the Year.
Nice little trap, they handled it well. A few different wrinkles by Duke.
Lawrence, reverse, no. Tip-in doesn't go for Huell. And the rebound cleared by Giles.
Great looking prospect, Huell. So active at that rim.
Jackson spins. Oh, that is pretty. Jackson just faked out Vasiljevic.
A little lingerie on the deck. How about the drop step? And this is the way I think Mike likes to play. A big guy, Tatum up front as the 4-man. And they are tough matchups, don't you think?
Without a doubt. And right now, Duke finding their rhythm here, trying to get the offense going. Miami's got to run a lot of dribbling right now. Ball movement, player movement's the key.
Brown, the bank shot. Maybe not the way he drew it up initially, but as he got closer to the rim, Bruce Brown going window.
Hey, you know where they're confused is they're switching 1 through 4. It's been a little problem. Brown counters beautifully.
He is 4 of 4 from the field. Little bump from Lawrence out front. And the foul called on the sophomore from St. Petersburg.
And Jackson right here, instant offense off the bench. Nice spin, finishing the rim. And Miami on the other end, Brown just attacking, going downhill, challenging the other freshman, Harry Giles. These young fellas are playing big here today.
A lot of courage, huh?
A lot of courage.
That was a tough shot, though.
Brown is 4 of 4 from the field. The rest of the team is 2 out of 10. Fadeaway, Tatum off the iron. Almost got the roll, and Vasiljevic up high for the rebound.
A little drag screen early. Another bump. Oh, you got to be ready and communicate defense. Nice hands. Tatum.
Nearly took it away. Jefferson takes a swipe at it. Miami retains it with 15 to shoot.
Well, I think Duke's really energized on this defensive end.
And all this switching forces you to play man or one-on-one offense. Not what Miami wants to do against this defense.
Steps.
Yep.
Jefferson, big guy, moving those puppies.
Drag in the foot. Brown is called on the travel. Get the CBS Sports app for inside access to Duke, Miami, or your favorite team. Get instant coverage of every moment from every angle. Download the CBS Sports app today. Davon Reed returns. Each team has turned it over 4 times.
And Davon Reed has the assignment. Luke Kennard, his size, his ability to defend, taking the challenge. See if he can do it here on this possession.
Jefferson gives it up. Kennard inside the arc. Rims out. And it's rebounded by Izundu.
So tough to handle that dribble exchange.
Newton handles it, splits defenders, and loses the ball. Jackson knocks it away. It's a 3-on-1 development. Kennard will do it himself.
He's amazing. He's amazing at the rim. If the defense was behind him, he switches to that right hand. He is a righty naturally.
Throws a football righty, baseball righty, but plays basketball lefty.
Well, I should have shot with my left hand. That was part of the problem.
You just signed checks either hand.
Roll to the rim. Izundu off balance. No good. Tatum handled it. Here's the versatility of Tatum.
And Berg, you're right. He can go wire to wire, rebound and push it.
Kennard trying to clear out some space. Duke up by 1. Jackson, quick move. Jackson lays it in with a scoop to the hoop.
Gave up that baseline.
7 points, instant offense off the bench from Frank Jackson.
And he is so explosive, attacking the basket. Also, nice jump shot from downtown. Frank Jackson playing well.
Yeah, we've seen that burst a couple of times from the freshman out of Alpine, Utah. Reed trying to get involved here. Bank shot, no, didn't have the angle. Rebound to Izundu.
Well, he does compete on the glass, much like Murphy. They pursue, misses.
So the sophomore has had an impact off the glass for Miami. Keeps this possession alive.
What a job Larrañaga's done down here. Isn't it incredible?
Did you say that with a tilde or no?
I didn't. What did you say? An umlaut or a...
I think it's a tilde.
It is.
Izundu doesn't get the roll. He's missed a couple of chippies. Duke up by 3. Jackson on the cross. And Jones slows it down here for the Blue Devils.
Now, when you played, they didn't do as many ISOs, did they?
Not at all. No, and we didn't shoot as many threes. The game has changed and evolved. And as you said, Duke has adapted and adjusted. Coach K with his style of play. But he told me if I'm not in the paint, don't shoot.
Well, that's why he won all those 1,000 games. Astute judge.
Off the miss by Kennard, Miami down by 3. Fast-moving first half. Very few whistles so far. Brown
Nice.
denied. Kennard, do not go in there.
Nice extra pass.
Kennard lost it. And Reed's got it for Miami. 5th turnover. Murphy saves it underneath. Brown misses on the interior but follows it up. The flip by Murphy.
A real nice counter by Miami. The concern for Miami and Jim Larrañaga was getting back defensively. They took an opportunity.
A smart move by Miami. Duke ranks last in the nation in defending transition plays. So get out, opportunistically run. Miami get easy baskets against this defense.
Tatum, the answer? No. Off the back of the iron. Long rebound to Jones. This is something that Larrañaga talked about with his team. Giving Duke second and third chances. They spread you out. When they miss from 3, they get a lot of offensive
Well,
rebounds.
there's a lot of long rebounds when you're shooting the jumper deep. A little stack set now. Pick a side.
Duke struggling from the outside. 1 of 6 from downtown. High screen Jefferson. Tatum feeds the post. Jefferson with 5 to shoot. Jefferson spins on Izundu, and he's fouled. Free throws coming up for Emile Jefferson.
And Miami getting out in transition. Extra effort by Murphy. Brown missing. Nice putback. Duke up 1 here.
Miami at 35%. Very competitive, though, in this first half. Ian Eagle, along with Grant Hill and Bill Rafter, we're closing in on March. I think you can feel that a little bit here, no?
Well, it's 83. You wouldn't mind staying here for a while.
What are you, a weatherman?
Well, side job. But you know what's interesting with Miami? I think Jim Larrañaga is more comfortable playing Duke and Carolina than anybody else in the league from his days at Virginia. He just seems to know them.
Without a doubt, very familiar. Many battles against Coach K. Understands the Duke system. I agree with you, Raft, and his team is fighting hard here. Sloppy the last few possessions, but certainly feels good about their performance thus far.
It's the 25th all-time meeting between these two schools, but since Jim Larrañaga took over at Miami, the Hurricanes are 4-3 against Duke. What makes Monday TV's best night of comedy? A lineup of the funniest shows on CBS. Monday starting at 8, 7 Central.
And this guy's the glue, don't you think, Grant? You've been around that program. Jefferson means so much.
Means so much. Jefferson and Jones, role players that understand who they are, embody what Coach K wants, and it's good to see him healthy after some struggles last year for the Blue Devils.
Jefferson missing 2 free throws. Foot injury last year granted him a 5th year of eligibility. He was limited to 11 games last season.
A little ISO from the top. You got to still
Reed, that's deep. Off the rim, Jackson up high for the board.
elevation. I think they got to get Murphy involved at the other end. Let him duck in on that switch. A little bit stronger than Tatum.
Grayson Allen forced to sit with a left ankle injury. Allen had been struggling in his last 4 games, averaging about 8 points per game. Kennard into the teeth of the defense and gets the teardrop.
You were good at getting free, too. Using curls, fades. That kid's exceptional.
Very talented. I love his motor. Always looking to be aggressive. What touch by Mr. Kennard.
8 points for Luke Kennard out of Franklin, Ohio. 19-16 Duke. Just under 4 minutes to go in this first half. Reed using the screen. Jackson sticks with him. The fade off the mark. And it's rebounded by Giles.
Forcing tough shots with that great defense by Duke.
Giles missed the first 11 games of the season after arthroscopic knee surgery. Just good to see him out there healthy and looking comfortable. Tatum got hit. That acted almost as a pass, but Giles couldn't finish it. Out of bounds, Kamari Murphy, so Duke will retain it. Miami is down to 32% shooting, and Duke is up by 3.
When he's attacking the basket, great body control, fantastic speed. I love his motor today, making an impact. All the talk about the Duke freshmen, Tatum and Giles, Frank Jackson showing today that he's just as deserving.
Well-rounded game, McDonald's All-American. He scored 19 points in that McDonald's All-American game last year, co-MVP. Miami the save as Duke gives it away.
Box, baseline out of bounds.
Miami has just 1 assist, 5 turnovers.
And they're doing it too much off the dribble. They have to trust their offense, share the ball, play together. That's the formula to beat this Duke Blue Devil team.
They have the worst assist-to-turnover ratio in the ACC. Brown one-on-one with Jefferson. The spin. Oh, Brown is elusive.
He is amazing. Great length, great stretch with the arm. Amazing ability to put it on the deck and create.
6'9" wingspan. He plays bigger than his 6'5" frame, and he's got 13 points to lead Miami. 13 of their 18.
What is your wingspan?
5'7". Jackson, the floater, no good. Lawrence has got it, and here comes Miami. Reed, Kennard got a piece of it, and a foul called.
You got the longest wingspan. You take this one.
And Brown with the crossover, the spin. But I love his aggressiveness. He's constantly attacking. Not much of a mid-range guy, but a guy that loves to get to the paint, and get to the basket. And right now, he's doing all the damage for the Hurricanes. The rest of his teammates have to step up.
It is all Brown. 6 of 8 from the field. The rest of the team is 2 out of 15.
He had a triple-double this year. What kind of freshman does that? I mean,
Not too many when as talented as he is.
Very talented.
Hit the big shot against Virginia in that overtime victory. Finished with 14 points. Most of the damage, though, was at the free throw line, where he was 9 of 10. Lawrence rolled to the rim for the jam. Kamari Murphy going upstairs, and a beautiful setup by Lawrence.
Well, they just punish you consistently with the ball screen. Big fella Murphy really has a good feel, much like Jefferson.
Kennard rejected, and Miami saves it. Vasiljevic working the baseline, saved it to Brown, who had the block. Vasiljevic missed it badly, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Miami.
Well, they actually gave it to him too early.
Yes.
Let him run down, try to get those puppies organized. Just a wonderful dive to the rim by a savvy vet. Big Murph attacking the rim.
Miami has won 26 of its last 28 home games. They've got a lead right now against Duke. First half.
Puts a lot of pressure on your rotations, and Duke that time had a little slippage.
Larinaga has done such a wonderful job with this Miami program, now in his 6th year with Miami, 33rd year overall as a head coach.
Got to finish.
Bolden could not get it to the rim.
When he gets a foot in the lane, he's got to be more powerful.
Brown off the double team. Lawrence, deep three. Back of the iron, long rebound. Reed got his hands on it and controls for Miami. Reed aggressive. Denied by the rim. And Reed goes down.
Didn't have to be in a hurry there. Run your offense.
Kennard, high screen from Bolden.
And they've got mixed up on their defense. They've been into 2-3. A couple of guys played man. Nice little attention to detail with the entry pass.
Emil Jefferson gets the finish. And Duke up by 1. Larinaga will talk it over with his squad. 1:01 on the clock. 21-20. Duke back to South Florida in a moment.
Slow Wi-Fi at home.
Bird Grant, this happened to me in life in the wrong place at the wrong time. Unfortunately, 2 guys are in man-to-man. Zone back here. They had just been in a 2-3 zone. Come back. Don't communicate. Nice little entry leading to that drop step finish by Jefferson.
Final minute of this first half. Just 2 fouls on each side. It's almost like this has been running time in this first half in Miami. Reed, the penetration and kick. Vasiljevic missed it again from the outside.
And he's had some good looks. Just hasn't been able to knock them down.
Miami is 1 of 7 from three-point range. Kennard off the back of the iron, but it's rebounded by Tatum for Duke.
They're going to get 2 for 1, but that's why he shot it so early. They wanted that 2 possessions to 1.
Blue Devils are also 1 of 7 from three-point territory. Tatum holds it against Reed.
And if Duke scores, I'm sure they'll extend the floor a little bit.
9-second difference, shot clock, the game clock, and a foul called against Vasiljevic out front. Coming up, AT&T at the half. Greg Gumbel, Seth Davis. They'll get you caught up on all the scores and highlights. Very busy day in college basketball. That's all coming up on AT&T at the half.
And Bird, that's a bad foul because now they won't get a possession.
So the foul on Vasiljevic. He ends up on the Miami bench. Newton back in. 14 seconds to play.
Jackson, the ability to get in the lane, stay at home on the shooters.
Jackson.
Pretty split.
Lawrence shows and takes it away. Leak out. The lay-in goes. Jaquan Newton in transition. Out of bounds. And that's how the half will end.
The split looked good for a while. You've got to be sure when you get between defenders, and this is just one of those maybe freshman mistakes. Thought he could do it. Leads to an easy entry and a little momentum going to halftime, Grant.
7 Duke turnovers led to 8 Miami points, and the Hurricanes with the lead at the break. Remember, in the first meeting, Miami led by 11 at halftime, but only to see Duke go on a 29-3 second-half run to take control of the game. End of the first half. Miami up by 1. We'll send you to Greg Gumbel in New York. AT&T at the half coming up.
earning your cash back shouldn't be this
Percy, his ability, long range. He made a big kick-out three against Clemson. The big three against Virginia. And right now, putting his team on his shoulder. A little lack of respect with the dribble got him going in the open floor.
And Raph, look at that, 17 points, the rest of the team only 11. As you said, playing with so much confidence. To see this young man growing, man, just tremendous talent, playing big.
And his enthusiasm is infectious because he's leading the way right now for Miami, currently up by 7. Duke has turned it over 9 times.
They're having a problem with the zone, Bird. Nice little flash. I like Kennard getting in there, too.
Duke has gone small now. Tatum back at the 4 position.
Ball fake. Jones, that's a long two-pointer. And Matt Jones drills it.
He's a gamer.
He's a gamer. And in the previous game, he played big in the second half for Duke. Kind of willed Duke back into the game. Went on a 20-0 run. We're able to get the win.
And I also think he had 3 steals in that second half to get it going, too.
Jones had 13 in that victory, 70-58 at Cameron, January 21st. Brown, a little discard of Jones. High screen, Izundu. Murphy inside the arc. Book it.
They tell you, he says he's a shooter, and why not? He's been stepping out of late, usually 15 foot. That's a little deeper.
Murphy is 3 out of 5 from the field. On senior day, he's contributed with 6 points. Jackson feeds Kennard. Faced a double team. Oh, Brown extends out and rejects Kennard. Murphy on the move. Brown underneath. Missed the layup. Tip in, no. Reed the follow, sticking with the play. Miami, the second best rebounding team in the ACC behind North Carolina.
You don't say this often. They're getting out hustled and outworked right now.
Jones, shooting practice. Missed it. Weak side rebound to Murphy. Miami trying to bring the lead to double figures.
Duke's got to get back in defense. Good challenge here.
Brown
Tough shot.
Missed it. And a foul called. Jefferson trying to create space. We'll step aside. CBS Sports coverage of NCAA men's basketball will continue after this message and a word from your local station.
It's been so lonely without you here.
Tennis, can we call him a colleague now, a broadcast colleague?
Yes, he is. He's certainly on the West Coast.
Jeb Bush, former governor of Florida, also on hand.
Oh, Ray Allen.
There's a guy that could shoot.
He could shoot it. I still have nightmares from that man.
To this day, huh?
To this day, yes.
Ray's looking good.
And Ray looks like he's a freshman at UConn.
Fresh faced. He's in shape. And right now, Duke's got to rely on the defense. No Grayson Allen. A different approach on the offensive end.
In the second half, Miami's outscored Duke 10-2. Overall, it's a 12-2 run, bridging the first and second half. Shot clock is down to 12.
One ball screen, we'll get another.
Reed against Jackson. The show there by Bolden. Reed loops it inside. Catch, Izundu, he's fouled.
And Raph, that was all designed there by Reed. What a fantastic pass, tremendous touch, getting the ball inside. Once again, very deliberate, getting the ball over the outstretched hands of Bolden.
And what they do, Bird and Grant, is they take what they feel is your weakest ball screen defender, drag him out, and Bolden, being a young guy, that's a tough thing to learn. Okafor, for example, had trouble with that.
It is Newton back in. This will be just the 6th free throw attempt of the game, combining both teams. Very few fouls called. Roger Ayers, John Gaffney, Brian O'Connell are officiating crew. 1 out of 2 for Izundu.
And right now for Duke, down 10 points. You can't try to be the hero here. You have to trust your offense, trust each other, one possession at a time to get back into the game.
Duke is searching, including Tatum, who's 0 of 7 from the field. Jackson slings it to him. Tatum, hesitation.
Good kick.
Off the diagonal feed. Jones feeds inside. Bolden loses the ball. Jones comes up with it, throws it up. No. Bolden the follow, no. Tatum couldn't grab it. And it's out of bounds off of Miami. Duke will get a fresh shot clock.
Boy, I love Bolden. He's the one that ball was fumbled. He kept it alive to Jones and then just attacking that rim. They got to step it up a little bit.
Well, first he's got to get a shoe on to step into anything.
I was talking about Bolden.
Oh, yes.
And you love crashing the glass. Bolden making the extra effort. and getting rewarded. Duke keeps the ball. They got to keep attacking, getting to the paint, not settling, being aggressive, and trusting one another. That might be the only mistake, though, that Murphy's made all game.
We could live in those shoes, Bert.
But that's $2,200 a month for an apartment in Manhattan that size. Duke is 1 of 10 from the field in the second half. Tatum nails it.
Get it going a little bit, get his confidence flowing. But this is the end. A lot of communication skills, rotation in the back on all these ball screens. Jimmy Larenega's guys are just so efficient in the half court.
The Miami lead is 8. Just about 6 minutes gone by in the second half. The show defensively by Bolden to double up Newton. Forces him to get rid of it.
And you talked about how deliberate they are. They just take their time, get what they want, look for the mismatch. And that guy Brown makes plays.
Brown too strong. And this time Duke crashes the boards, and it's Jackson coming away with it.
Nobody there.
Jackson denied by Murphy. Inside, that won't go for Bolden. And Jackson is fouled on the floor.
And Tatum off the inbounds, out of bounds play. Just nice little mid-range shot. Sometimes great players, just seeing the ball go through the basket can get you into a rhythm. Duke needs that from this young man to get back into the game.
Foul called against Davon Reed of Miami. Tatum against Murphy.
Straight up man now.
Jackson loses the ball.
Trying to do too much.
Davon Reed strips him. 10 turnover. Up ahead. Brown lays it in. And Miami goes back in front by double digits.
You turn the ball over that area of the floor. It is devastating. There's no way to recover. A very talented kid just trying to force the issue.
19 points for Bruce Brown. 35-25 Miami. Tatum with a turnaround jumper. He's got a polished game for a young man, only a freshman.
Oh, big time game. No good. Getting better and better too.
Comes in averaging just under 17 points, 7.5 rebounds per game. Tatum has been held to 4 points here this afternoon.
And he's had some big second halves this season, obviously getting it going right now. Duke struggling on the offensive end, no rhythm.
Reed, the penetration. Follow jam. It's DeJuan Hewell, Miami's freshman.
And you have to help the helper. Bolden came over to help on the contested shot. His man got the offensive rebound.
It bears that weak side.
Kennard being guarded by Newton out front. Jones to Tatum. Trying to work the paint. Ball fake. Leaner is good.
Wow. He took a hit as well. He took some luggage up there. He is taking over. This kid is showing some form.
But Duke has to do it on this end. Miami just continue to execute their offense, stay aggressive, and attack the basket, get to the paint. Had success doing that thus far.
You know it's coming. Pretty good footwork and trap there.
Timer is down to 7. Murphy, the pull-up jumper, air ball. Rebound to Jackson. Jackson on the push. Jones taking the baseline.
Smart. Get an open look like this.
Kennard a 3.
There you go. Patience, poise. Number 13. Here comes Jones. Heady play and then the find.
So for Luke Kennard, that is 32 straight games with at least 1 3-pointer. And he has cut the Miami lead to 5. Duke is now 2 of 12 from 3-point range. Miami is 1 of 8. Newton, fend off, step back, in and out. Rebound, poke to the outside, and Kennard. Kennard shifting gears, he's bumped. And a foul on Newton on the floor.
And Tatum taking over thus far, showing he's got plenty of moves. Little ball fake, taking a little contact off the glass, and his running mate Kennard knocking it down from downtown. Duke trying to keep it in the game for the Blue Devils. Starting to get comfortable out there on the court, struggled in the first half. He has to play big for Duke. And the great thing is he's struggling, but he's now turning the switch. A lot of young guys can't do that. They don't
Turn
have
the
the
page.
Exactly.
Missed the first 9 games as well. Here he goes again.
Tatum, he got hit by Lawrence.
They're going to give him 2.
They will. free throws here for Jason Tatum, and he shoots it at 87%.
It's unbelievable how he just got himself back into the game. A great mental capacity.
Oh, he's not going to get the free throws.
I wonder if Coach K says something in a timeout to get him going.
Lawrence, his
Quite
second
possibly.
foul. Yeah, second foul on Lawrence. The first player in this game to have 2 fouls. We have 10:47 to go in the second half.
And they are riding him, Bird. Look at this step back, tough
Tatum
shot.
against the grain on the spin, and he missed it. Rebounded by Newton. Picked up by Jackson. He gets screened. Giles back in for Duke.
They just don't do a good job finding that slip guy.
Lawrence drives. He's fouled. It'll be Jackson. 2 free throws here for Anthony Lawrence Jr.
And Raft, I love here how Lawrence attacks the basket and kind of initiates the contact, able to draw the foul, almost had a 3-point play opportunity. But getting to the basket right now, Miami 30 points in the paint. They don't have a lot of post-up guys, but they're attacking Duke inside.
Lawrence yet to score, 73% shooting. Trains the first. The March to March continues tomorrow, 3 Eastern, CBS Sports Network. Mick Cronin's 15th ranked Cincinnati Bearcats continue their push for an American Conference title. They take on UCF only on the 24-hour home of CBS Sports.
But they guard and rebound.
I got to get myself ready for these late nights with Raft in the month of March.
Is that why you're having a smoothie right now?
Don't spoil my image, please.
39-32. Hurricanes.
2-man play.
Kennard gets the step, and it's knocked away by Izundu. Another Duke turnover.
They don't get back. Very lucky.
He lost it. It bounced off his shoulder. Couldn't find it. Vasilovic in for Miami. Jackson lines it up and buries it. Straight on Jackson.
This kid is confident. We've seen him make some mistakes, but unabashed, competing in a big-time stroke.
10 points for Jackson off the bench. That was Miami's first turnover of the second half. Newton goes cross-court for Lawrence. The lead is 4. Out of bounds. And it knocked off Izundu.
Great defensive hustle right there by Giles.
We have seen this kid try and dribble drive. Nice entry pass here to regain possession. But on the other end, Duke's ability to run the show now with Jackson at the helm.
7 turnovers now for Miami. Tatum. The jumper. Short. Rebounded by Newton for Miami. Newton lost it off his foot. Now numbers the other way. Kennard drives. Can't score it. Jones tips the ball to himself. Extended possession for Duke.
And Reed did a great job contesting without fouling.
Jackson. Hot hand. It's a 3.
This kid's got some ticker. A lot of guys would have packed the tack with the difficulty with the bounce. Turnovers, not him.
It's an 11-2 Blue Devil run. Miami's lead is shrinking. It's down to 1 here in the second half. Combined 5 points. Duke is now down by 1. 3 consecutive Miami turnovers has opened the door for the Blue Devils.
And they've done a great job defensively in the sense Duke on the slip guy, and the hands are big and pressuring the ball.
Another
That's what they've been
turnover.
doing.
Tatum bounces for Jackson. Jackson floats it up. He's fouled by Brown on the arm.
And right now, we talked earlier about the intensity level for Miami. Well, Duke is now winning that battle. All extra effort, making deflections, steals, turnovers, just playing hard.
Real
Just
solid.
grit and toughness, and that's how they got back into the game here. Jackson shooting 2.
And you know what's interesting, Bird? The slip guy is wide open. The crowd sees it, but the pressure on the ball takes away the vision. The big hands making yourself taller.
Just the 3rd free throw attempt of the day for Duke. Grayson Allen is in a cheerleader role today because of that left ankle injury. Jefferson went 0 of 2 from the line. That was it until that Jackson free throw for Duke at the free throw line.
Well, this kid is athletic as well as heady. Makes big plays.
Missed the second attempt. And Giles throwing his body around. A foul is called against Duke.
Pretty good job screening out, too.
4 team fouls on each side at the 8:42 mark of the second half. We are tied at 39. North Carolina got a victory earlier today, so now 2.5 games ahead of Duke in the ACC standings. They will meet in the regular season finale coming up next week.
Right now for Miami, it's got to be Bruce Brown time.
Newton, the quick cut. Jaquan Newton.
What happened is Jackson helped on the slip guy, comes out full tilt, not under control, and the ability to put it on the deck and get to the rim. Solid play.
41-39 Miami. Jackson trying to hit Tatum, and it's out of bounds. Unforced error.
Tatum was using a curl, and Jackson anticipated a fade.
Duke is number 3 in the ACC in scoring at 81.7 points per game. They have 39 with 8 minutes to play.
You got to credit Miami. Their defense has been superb for most of the game. Offensively here, trying to find some rhythm.
Fake by Newton. Oh, he got devoured by Bolden. Out of bounds. Miami will hold on to it.
He actually passed up a couple of opportunities to get into traffic.
And Newton attacking the basket, trying to draw a foul on Bolden. Miami up 2.
From three-point territory, Miami not much better, 37% overall and just 1 3-pointer, 12 turnovers for Duke. Okay, Larinaga and Krzyzewski. Grab the Miami perspective. What's their go-to here for the final 750?
Well, obviously they have to do a good job on the defensive end, but offensively they have to execute, get Duke in rotations, attack those rotations, get to the paint, where they've had great success thus far.
How about the Duke perspective,
Conversely,
Billy?
I think Jackson's got to run the show, get them involved, get them in the right spots, and keep handling this ball screen. And an adroit, nice back cut. They haven't done that all game. Great setup.
Climbs the imaginary ladder.
Jimmy Larinaga pulling the string on the timeout. He's got him going down here in Miami.
21 points for Bruce Brown. 4-point lead for Miami.
Poise is what you're looking for now from Duke.
Jackson crosses over, drives, left hand. Oh, Frank Jackson. He does not look anything like a freshman.
Yes, indeed, and he's been consistent all night, attacking the rim, playing aggressive. Action Jackson. 16
points for Jackson. That quiets the crowd. Miami up 43-41. Brown gives up his dribble.
Nice job by Bolden recovering, and Kennard in the back as well. He really stretches you and stretch. Ooh, a little high bounce.
Brown rejected by Tatum. That's freshman against freshman. Duke with a chance to tie or take the lead depending on shot selection. Kennard, penetration, pivots, right hand. Missed it. Brown with the board for Miami.
And Bolden had ducked into. They could get him some touches down the lane.
Kennard is 5 of 17 from the field. Miami up by 2. 6:28 to play in regulation.
Vasiljevic on the floor now. That stretches that defense on the ball and ball screen and slip.
Newton using a read screen. Now they switch. Tatum has Newton out front. 6 to shoot. Newton makes his move. The fadeaway, way off. Brown couldn't grab it. Last touch by Duke.
And Newton was bailed out on that play right now, but this designed in a timeout, backdoor play, knowing Duke likes to overplay on the perimeter, and Jackson quieting the crowd with his left hand, continuing to attack and play big.
You know, they saved that back cut all day long, did they? They had run it once.
He brought it out at the right time.
Miami with wins over North Carolina, Virginia Tech, Virginia, and Georgia Tech this season. They're 19-8.
Nice job containing.
Reed playing catch with Newton. One-on-one with Jackson. Newton. High archer. And it's rebounded by Kennard for Duke.
Trying to go to the well with Newton with a post-up manufactured.
Jackson handles it against Newton. Under 6 minutes to play. Kennard on the perimeter. Jackson looking down low, couldn't get it to Bolden.
Murphy, excellent defense on Bolden.
Jones lines it up. Off the rim, soft touch, but it's no good. 43-41 Hurricanes. Jones defending Brown. High screen from Murphy. 15 to shoot. Vasiljevic comes to the ball. We're down to 10 on the timer. Newton the penetration. Newton in traffic. Won't go. Kennard comes out of the pack with it.
And Jackson again, excellent defense on that one-on-one attempt at the rim.
Now mismatch. Vasiljevic on Tatum. Tall enough to shoot right over him.
Tatum
Nice
dumps
cut.
it down low. Jones ball fake. Big shot. Goes down for Jones.
And what a great pass. What a tremendous ball fake and finish by the senior,
And
Matt Jones.
Jones very alert to avail himself.
We are tied at 43. Third tie of the day. Brown handling it. Murphy to screen. The help. Reed fakes out Kennard. Drives in. Lays it in. And the foul. The senior Davon Reed with the finish and a chance at a three-point play.
And Bolden really out of position to negate at the rim, but how about this? The bounce, generally with a screen. This time the blow by, the touch, and a chance for three.
And you got to love, Davon Reed has struggled from the field tonight, only 3 for 11, but a senior veteran, knowing attacking the basket, high percentage. Now a chance for that three-point play, Raph.
Reed has 9 rebounds to go along with those 6 points. He shoots it at 83% out of Ewing, New Jersey.
Known as a good defender, but he is a solid player.
He's been a jack of all trades for Miami in his 4 years, a 4-year starter. Miami up by 3. They come up on 4 minutes to play in the second half.
And now there's a set here for Kennard to run the baseline, come off the screens, where he's so good curling and getting to the rim.
Kennard rejected. It's Murphy.
Kamari knows how to guard. He knows how to take care of the post guy, get himself in position to help his teammates. And this is just one of maybe a slip pass to Giles, but when you're fully extended, not much you can do.
That's the long arm of the Murphy law. Thanks. Tatum. Count it.
And that's just special right there.
And he's got a pretty good defender on him as well.
Yes, he does.
And Reed.
46-45 with 3:45 left. Brown taking his time, watched by Jones.
Murphy's so clever with those screens.
Murphy loses the ball. Tatum's got it. Tatum takes it in. Left-hand layup. No. Popped up in the air. And controlled by Murphy for Miami.
How about that? He lost it and recovered.
Would have given Duke the lead.
Well, Murphy has a motor. Goodness.
Newton backs it out. They approach 3 minutes to play. Murphy sets the screen. Newton drives in. Running one-hander. Goes! Jaquan Newton with the finish.
The spacing's amazing. They stretch you and open up that middle.
Point Paints. 38 for Miami to 20 for Duke. Three-point game. Kennard for the tie. Off the rim, no. Rebound knocked to the outside, and Jones. New shot clock for Duke.
Smart play.
We're down to 2.5 remaining. 48-45 Miami. Kennard is 5 of 19 from the field. One-on-one with Brown. Jones asking for it. Working around the perimeter for Tatum. 7 to shoot. On a switch, Tatum gives it up. Jackson lines it up. In and out. Kennard battles for the loose ball and a foul.
Multiple effort here by Duke. Staying in the game with effort. Both teams won it. 2 minutes left. Woo!
Sharon was given a few months to live if her cancer wasn't treated.
I was diagnosed.
7 on the clock, game reset. Each team with 2 timeouts remaining. 5 team fouls on each side. And Miami has the possession arrow. Let's check out our Capital One Cup impact performance.
Bruce Brown's just been sensational, whether it's on his own or using the ball screen, stepping back, jacking, knocking that one down, but that was just a pretty play off a timeout, back cut. Pretty, a little Pete Carrill and Princeton smiling somewhere.
21 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists for the freshman. Miami holding on to a 3-point lead. Duke with possession. New shot clock to work with.
Right now, Miami, they have to block out and rebound. Duke has 18 offensive rebounds, only 9 second chance points. Play good defense and secure the rebound.
I think they got to drive it too. Don't settle for the jump shot.
Tatum, he's got a matchup against Murphy. Tatum a 3 for the tie. Back of the iron, and it's rebounded by Newton. A minute 48 remaining. Tatum is 0 of 6 from three-point territory today.
Once again, the spacing, the attack, if you help, they find.
Brown so good attacking that screen and roll. Puts so much pressure on your defense.
8 to shoot.
Newton's as good as can be as well here.
Shot clock is down to 4. Newton, the jump shot. Off the rim, no good. And the rebound controlled by Kennard with 1:18 on the clock. Miami 48, Duke 45.
And right now it's got to be Kennard or Tatum.
They're doing an ISO.
Jones off the rim. No, the three-point shooting has been a huge problem for Duke.
I think you got to do a little more ball screening if you're Duke. To get a good look or turn the corner.
Blue Devils are 4 of 18 from downtown.
This possession, Brown will shoot this.
Brown drives in, flips it up, and a blocking foul. Brown is going to the free throw line with 46.5 left on the clock.
And Bird, you can see it in his eyes. He was going to take this shot, attacking the rim. Matt Jones trying to get in there to take a charge, but time and time again, when Miami needs a play, a basket, anything, Bruce Brown is the guy who delivered. And now he has a chance to make it a 2-possession ball game just by making a free throw.
74% on the season. First attempt of the day. It's good. Catch the genius team that saves the world one brilliant plan at a time. New Scorpion, Monday at 10, 9 Central, only CBS.
And Duke has to go to the rim somehow, either a post-up or a dribble drive. Go for the 2. You may get a 3 on a kick-out.
Rolling ahead. Jackson scoops it up. We're down to 43 seconds to play. Miami up by 5. Jackson crosses over, drives, scoops, no, follow, foul called, off the rebound action. Giles got pushed.
And did you see Murphy slide his feet on Jackson? Tremendous defense by Kamari Murphy, one-on-one with Jackson, contesting the shot without fouling, but of course, Harry Giles staying on the glass, drawing a foul.
That is 16 fouls on each side.
And did Jackson get fouled?
That's the call.
That's their call. And you're right how Murphy stretched him out. They're going to put Giles on.
Okay. Yeah, I think the officials now come together. Jackson walked over to the line. He shoots it at 80%. Giles shoots it at 50%.
That's a smart freshman.
Yep.
Yeah, they're going to look now just to be sure.
There was no foul called on the Jackson shot. The foul was called from behind on the Giles rebound attempt.
But to Grant's point, look at Murphy force this so wide, fully extended, and not foul. And there's the foul right there.
You could get Newton, you could get Brown. There was contact from both.
Practices with this team, you have to make your free throws, and as you said, try to get a steal, maybe a trap on the entry pass. Extend this game, and Harry Giles, not a great free throw shooter, and not really played a lot of minutes this season, getting extended minutes, but
hasn't had a lot of shots. Big thing if you're Duke, you know that. You're going to slap it back, maybe anticipate a little bit, and a squeeze by Miami.
Giles at the line. First one, short. Jim Larrañaga puts up a saying in the locker room, and the most recent saying has been "find a way." It stays there until the team loses, then they change the saying. So it's been up there for 3 straight games because they're on a 3-game winning streak. Find a way. That's what Miami has done throughout the season. Giles misses on the second attempt. And we're down to 36.1. Duke has forced a foul. It's Jones on Reed. Duke is now 1 of 6 at the free throw line as a team.
And I tell you what, Miami has found a way here today, just playing hard, playing together, attacking the basket, but defensively, holding Duke to 45 points. What a tremendous job
Jefferson in. He replaces Giles. 1-1 here for Davon Reed, who shoots it at 83%.
Now the slogans are important, but it's just the ability of a team to be cognizant of what you want to accomplish, and they have been solid without Grayson Allen, certainly a major cog. A recent run by, I think Duke has played very well the last few games, even in the loss with Syracuse.
2 out of 2 for Reed. The last time Duke was held under 50 points was in a loss at Clemson during the 08-09 season. Kennard is fouled. 3-point territory. Bruce Brown has called for it.
He is tough defensively with those long arms and even a great pump fake. He felt he didn't touch him.
You got to love the multiple efforts there by Brown. Yes, he
got the hand.
Got him on the arm. But what I love about this young man, Brown, he plays hard on both ends.
That sure does.
Kennard, 85% on the season.
And now you got to think defense. This kid's unhurrying from the free throw line. Get yourself organized. Even get a 5-second violation.
Luke Kennard, 1,000 points in his Duke career in just his sophomore season. Tremendous score.
Amazing.
Very impressive.
And then Jefferson's coming along too. He needed 13 going in.
Third attempt for Kennard. Misses on that one. And it's 52-47 Miami.
But they were trying to foul Murphy and they didn't.
And the foul is finally given. It's Davon Reed going to the line.
And Murphy 59%. And Reed 83%. Big swap.
Duke really struggling from long range, 22%, 33% from the free throw line. Just a few here in the last few possessions. Just out of sorts down the stretch. And you have to really credit Miami and how they played.
Reed misses on that one. Opportunity here for Duke. Jackson pulls up for 3. Off the rim, no. Rebound, knocked out of bounds. Duke will retain it as Newton could not secure it with 18 seconds to play in a 5-point game.
Now it's still a 2-possession ball game.
Oh yeah, they're fine. I mean, they're not fine, but you get a screen for Kennard for an open look here. And here it comes.
Tatum fires way off. Murphy's got the board with 14.1. And more free throws for Miami.
That man right there, Joe Larrañaga. This team takes on his personality. Excuse me, Jim Larrañaga. The job he has done here in building this program and creating excitement in Miami. Fantastic.
Yeah, he's got it going. Raving about his recruiting class as well.
I think I was talking about his son, who's an assistant basketball coach with the Boston Celtics.
That's Jay.
Jay.
That's a lot of J names.
It's a lot of Jay.
Hey, Grant, have you seen more ball screens, and you're involved in the NBA as well, than Miami runs in a game?
Probably not. Miami, multiple ball screens on the same possession. You don't see that.
It puts pressure a number of times on your D, particularly your bigs.
Kennard a 3. Knocks it down with 5.9. Makes it a 1-possession game and a quick timeout. 53-50 Miami trying to hold on at home.
Adios, honey.
He's willing to throw that home run walk. And that's what they're doing exactly. It'll be a step and go. The only guy I know who can make this pass is next to me.
Lawrence, there's the deep one. Brown catches it. Goes in for the jam. Good night from Miami.
And Anthony Lawrence Jr. says, I beg to differ. Tremendous pass.
How about that look? There's another guy, huh?
I see.
How about that?
But who's the guy who finally sealed a potential win for Miami? It's Bruce Brown with the tremendous catch and finish.
And it's fitting what Brown has done for Miami throughout this day. They're just checking the clock right now. They've kept rolling.
They've had answers, though, haven't they?
They'll put 5.2 on the clock, but Miami now has a 5-point cushion. Jones,
better get the ball.
It's intercepted, and it's over. Newton just tossed it to the sideline.
Vasiljevic, he was open.
Unfortunately for Miami, he was on the bench. So Jones will trigger it again. And just 1 second on the clock.
What a tribute to these kids. They did a heck of a job.
Jackson misses it from half court. Miami with another resume-building win. The Hurricanes will be in the NCAA tournament as they knock off Duke 55-50. That's win number 20 for Jim Larrañaga and company. Duke falls to 22-7 on the season. Big one for Miami. Tremendous defensive effort to hold Duke to 32% shooting. And this very fluid ACC setup. North Carolina's at 13-3. They've got a 2-game lead on Florida State. But then Louisville, Notre Dame, Duke and Miami each at 10-6, followed by competitive teams Virginia, Syracuse, and Virginia Tech. For Bill Raftery at Grant Hill, Ian Eagle saying so long from Coral Gables. Final score 55-50 Miami over Duke. Tonight on CBS, Ransom followed by 48 Hours. This has been a presentation of CBS Sports, home of the 2007.